You're watching Virginia This Morning. This segment is sponsored by Davis & Green Electrical.
Cornhole is taking over Innsbrook. That's right, Davis & Green has teamed up with Innsbrook to create an atmosphere to bring people together, to unwind, have some fun. Cindy Gunst with Innsbrook Shops and James Ratzberger, owner of RichmondCornhole.com, join us along with our good friend Greg Ring, who brought him in today. Good to see you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming by.
Good to be here.
You always bring interesting folks to meet us and people that are making things happen.
I know, and I think they all know you.
Yeah, well, when you've been around this long, if they don't know it, they missed something there. I want to start with Sydney, and congratulations. Obviously, seeing Innsbrook 30 years ago and seeing it now, wow. Does it boggle the mind sometimes?
I never knew it was going to turn out the way it did. We just had the 30th anniversary for our concert series, which started off very small and has turned into something huge.
Started up small, up towards the front, almost to Broad Street.
That's right.
And kept developing, kept pushing it back, and obviously it's been a great party for 30 years.
Yeah, we've had volleyball for all those years. We have kickball, corporate runs, the corporate games. We've got all kinds of activities because, you know, Innsbrook is a live, work, play environment, and those parts of the play. It's not just about work. And that's what we're doing up at our shops. We have a courtyard surrounded by restaurants, Innsbrook Shops up at Cox and Broad, and we've introduced cornhole and toppling towers and other things for people when after work to stop by and play either league or social games in the courtyard.
Who knew cornhole leagues? There was such a thing. But it's right next door to a nice, refreshing drink, which is very helpful, especially when you play like I do. That's where you come in.
Right.
Tell us about the leagues and the cornhole and all the stuff.
Absolutely. So we have a Monday league as well as a Tuesday league. We've had about 30 teams that have signed up, so it's been very exciting. Everybody's having a great time. Typically, there's one hand that has the bag, and there is one hand that has a beverage of choice, just as you mentioned. But it's going great. You know, it's not just for, you know, the competitive crowd. It's, you know, there's social leagues as well, and everybody's just out there having a good time, whether they're playing cornhole or they're playing the giant toppling towers, which is kind of like Jenga but bigger and better. And we even have a tournament coming up August 15th, where it's just a day of cornhole, and people can come out, about 30 to 40 teams that can play and, you know, enjoy the nice atmosphere that Sydney has at the courtyard.
It's got to be a lot of fun just to see this develop and all the things. I mean, who knew? I mean, years ago it would have been horseshoes, and that's a lot more dangerous. So this has got to be a lot more fun. Greg, how did you get involved with these guys?
Well, we had a request from Sydney that he said, I have an idea. We need to have this place lit up. He came to me with the idea. He said, I want to light it up string lights. And I said, well, Sydney, you do this. We got to do LED. And so we put it up, and he calls me up and he says, Greg, he said, this is not quite right. So I met him out there.
Man's been at it for 30 years. He knows
that's
what he wants.
He's been out there 30 years, and I'm always learning something, and I'll be the first to admit I learned something from Sydney. But he called me out there. He said, Greg, it's not quite right. So we adjusted the LED light bulbs, got the light on the cornhole boards. The end result was
fantastic,
pretty good.
But we had to have more light where the boards were, and they're 27 feet apart. And of course, 6 months ago, I didn't even know what cornhole was. But hey, Bill, now I'm an expert.
You're an expert.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Well, and that's what it's all about, is being able to adapt and have fun and give people something new and different, and something that it's perfect to have a courtyard surrounded by restaurants. I mean, it's the perfect thing.
And the key thing is really camaraderie. People come out here and they want to do things together. That's why they go to the volleyball games. That's why they do the corporate runs. People like to share, not just in work, but after work. And it's a big part of how we live. And there are these new games. I mean, I wasn't familiar with cornhole or toppling towers, but they really do play a part, and we're delighted we can add that feature to Innsbrook that we currently or previously haven't had.
Yeah, you weren't able to play football in the courtyard, so this works out much better.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. The fake turf goes down later. That's in the fall. Thank you for doing this and coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for having us so much.
If you'd like to learn more about Davis & Green, you can go online to dgelectrical.com or call 231-9684. And for more information about the Richmond Cornhole League at Innsbrook, you can visit innsbrookShops.com or richmondcornhole.com.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, free food for you. It's time for Virginia This Morning giveaway.
Try one of Arby's new brown sugar bacon sandwiches for free. Be caller 6 to 3425-745 and enjoy the brown sugar bacon BLT, roast beef, or pit smoked ham sandwiches today. 342-5745 to win, and good luck.